Hey all, welcome to my channel. As you see, basically, if you did see the sprint yesterday, Max Verstappen did win the title. It's unbelievably what he's done. I don't want to say unbelievable what he's done, but the sheer dominance of what he's done is can't be matched at this point. And I think this is the reason why Hamilton is not going to retire just yet, because I think he wants that eighth title to break the eighth title, but probably stay a little bit more because he sees Verstappen and look at the brilliance of this guy. I mean, I don't know if he's brilliant, but more of like the fact is, let's not forget that the whole aspect of the car itself is pretty good. The only one that came close to him, of course, is his own teammate because of the car. But let's not forget that it was the same thing with Mercedes basically as well too. Like no one matched Hamilton because Bottas came close. The only one that could come close to matching Hamilton was Rosberg. Now, Nico knowing full well what was going to happen, knowing full that he would never be able to compete with him like that, and trying to keep that edge, had to retire because he knew it was not healthy for him. Because like Hamilton was probably easy for him, Rosberg it wasn't. It seems like maybe, and then as a result, Rosberg retires, and then Bottas comes on, and then basically he doesn't push Hamilton per se, but it would have been good to see in that. And it's a similar situation now with Max. No one's going to push him just yet. I mean, Sergio Checo could potentially push him, but not as much. But I think Red Bull doesn't care so long as they win the constructors and the number one spot. If they could get the number one and number two spot, that'd be ideal for them. And this is the case. That they're getting the number two spot anyways as well too. I mean, I don't think Checo's going to lose a spot. Quite honestly, I mean, I'd be really surprised if he did. More than anything else, if Checo were to lose it, Hamilton would have to let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six races behind, 6 races left. I mean, sorry, Hamilton would have to win all 6 races, and Checo would have to not finish in the top 7 basically for Hamilton to beat out Checo or Sergio Perez in the driver standing for the second place basically. Right now, as we saw, basically it's Carlos Sainz, Alonso, and Hamilton within the thick of things. I mean, Sainz is in the thick of things with Hamilton. It'd be great if Carlos Sainz. You know what? I kind of like Carlos Sainz. I think he's the true underdog here. He's the one that everyone should be rooting for. If he gets to number 4 and beats out Alonso, that would be impressive in and of itself, basically. Now, with the Constructors' Cup, though, of course, Red Bull won. It's coming down between Mercedes and Ferrari for the number 2 spot. We'll see what happens there, but most likely this is going to be Mercedes. They're going to have the number 2 spot. Now the question comes down to is who's going to get the number 3 spot? Will it be Aston Martin or will it be Ferrari? McLaren, unfortunately, is out of it. They pretty much have the 5th spot locked in. If they can get the 4th spot, that'd be impressive, but I highly doubt that in that situation. So we'll see what happens. But again, we got to congratulate Verstappen for winning. I mean, it was a massive win, of course. I mean, the dude's pretty much doubled what Sergio has, so there's no way Sergio would ever be able to catch up to him at this point. So mathematically, it was unbelievable. So in this case, Max, if anything, I mean, honestly, I don't know what Red Bull has to do at this point right now because they've got both the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Cup. So, I mean, honestly, should Max just go out and drive or have the chance of ruining the car, or to just drive out there to help out Checo to make sure he finishes number 2? That's the only thing I could think of. Because quite honestly, Max has nothing else to do. I mean, well, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. I should say this, though. Max might want that record that Hamilton holds with the number of wins. I think he wants to get that as well, too. If he can get 95 wins to 110 wins, I think he might get that as well. Pole position, I think he wants those records. To be known as the greatest, it would be impressive to do that. If he can get the most wins, the most championships, the most pole positions, and the most put it this way: if he could get the most consecutive wins, and then of course the most wins, of course, and then the most consecutive championships as well as the most championships, we can't deny that he would be the GOAT in driving at this point. Because Hamilton, yes, we would consider him the GOAT right now, but if this man plays the way he plays, I mean, if this man drives the way he drives, and if Red Bull's car and engine maintains the way they are, I think Max will be known as the GOAT. as arrogant of a person he is, it's one of those things where you need to be at that point. But with that, I'll leave it at that. For this race, I mean, for Qatar, honestly, I don't know who's going to win this race. I mean, let's see. I gotta see where the results are for this one. Actually, like as far as who's starting where. Qatar. So the position is Piastri's pole position, which in and of itself is a surprise. I think everyone was surprised, genuinely surprised by that. But don't look for him to finish in the top four. I mean, well, maybe top four, but don't look for him to finish and win outright. I think Max probably could win. George Russell number four and Hamilton number five. It'd be interesting to see if Hamilton can come back and like win this game. Carlos number six. Alex Albon has been the real surprise, I think, for everyone. The fact that he's doing much better than Lance Stroll shows that, Alex Albon should be in that car, basically in the Williams car, or more so the Aston Martin car. If it's true, the rumors are true that Lance Stroll is going to leave and go to Le Mans, then then Albon should go to the first Aston Martin car. And if that's the case, that would be great. But honestly, we'll see what happens at that point. Anyways, with that, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, I don't know what to say with the thoughts. I was like, do you guys hate or love Verstappen? Do you want someone else to win the championship next year? I mean, F1's probably going to change the rules again 2 years from now, because if Red Bull is dominating like the way Mercedes dominated, I think they're probably going to change some more rules later on in the line, so that makes it much more even and fair, and a little bit more exciting as well too. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, leave your comments in the comment section. I do read my comments, all my comments when I get notified, and I do respond to them when they warrant a response. But with that, I'll leave it at that. If you love my content, love my videos, love my channel, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and of course, unrehearsed. Until next time.